Welcome to Monday service. I was supposed to do this last week, but I totally forgot about it. And so today we're reading Matthew chapter 8. Jesus heals a man with leprosy. When Jesus came down from the mountainside, large crowds followed him. A man with leprosy came and knelt before him and said, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said, "be clean." Immediately he was cleansed of his leprosy. Then Jesus said to him, "See that you don't tell anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest and offer the gift Moses commanded, as a testimony to them." When Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him asking for help. "Lord," he said, "my servant lies at home paralyzed, suffering terribly." Jesus said to him, "Shall I come and heal him?" The centurion replied, "Lord, I do not deserve to have you come under my roof, but just say the word, and my servant will be healed. For I myself am a man under authority, with soldiers under me. I tell this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and that one, 'Come,' and he comes. I say to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed, and said to those following him, "Truly, I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with such great faith. I say to you that many will come from the east and the west, and will take their places at the feast with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the subjects of the kingdom will be thrown outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Then Jesus said to the centurion, "Go, let it be done just as you believed it would," and his servant was healed at that moment. When Jesus came into Peter's house, he saw Peter's mother-in-law lying in bed with a fever. He touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she got up and began to wait on him. When evening came, many who were demon-possessed were brought to him, and he drove out the spirits with a word, and healed all the sick. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah. "He took up our infirmities and bore our diseases." When Jesus saw the crowd around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. Then a teacher of the law came to him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." Another disciple said to him, "Lord, first let me go and bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me, and let the dead bury their own dead." Then he got into the boat, and his disciples followed him. Suddenly a furious storm came up on the lake, so that the waves swept over the boat. But Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us. We're going to drown." He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." When he arrived at the other side in the region of the Gadarenes, two demon-possessed men coming from the tombs met him. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. "What do you want with us, Son of God?" they shouted. "Have you come here to torture us before the appointed time?" Some distance from them, a large herd of pigs was feeding. The demons begged Jesus, "If you drive us out, send us into the herd of pigs." He said to them, "Go." So they came out and went into the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down the steep bank into the lake and died in the water. Those tending the pigs ran off, went into the town, and reported all of this, including what had happened to the demon-possessed men. Then the whole town went out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they pleaded with him to leave their region. So here we have a few different stories about what's happening to Jesus. We start out, he's leaving the mound where he just gave the Sermon on the Mount. And immediately someone who's sick comes to him and says, if you're willing, heal me. He has faith in Jesus. He's seen him heal people. He goes to him and he says, if you're willing, heal me. And Jesus says, I am willing. He touches him and he heals him. Next, we have a centurion. This is a Roman soldier who's actually a high-ranking soldier. A centurion is in charge of 100 other soldiers. And he says, with his faith, if you just say that my servant will be healed, he'll be healed. He understands if Jesus really works for God, and if he's healing people through the power of God, and this is God's will, just as I command my soldiers to do something, so God could give this man the command to heal my servant. And Jesus says, he has not met anyone with as much faith as this man, this Roman man, right? This Roman soldier. Even the chosen people, the people of Israel, they don't have this much faith to just say, if you just say it, they'll be healed. And Jesus tells them, there will be people who are part of the family, they're subjects of the kingdom, right? They should be in the kingdom of heaven, but they'll be thrown out because of their lack of faith. They won't believe. But others who do believe, even though they're not chosen, even though they're not this specific race, they're not, this specific kind of person, they'll come and they'll believe and they'll be able to partake in the feast. And Jesus heals many. He heals Peter's mother-in-law, the mother of Peter's wife. He heals her. He has mercy on this woman who, it doesn't even say she asked him for help. It says she was just suffering. And so mercifully he came to her. He healed her. And then Jesus is asked by his disciples, or actually one guy who's a teacher of the law says, I'll follow you wherever you go. And Jesus seems to decline him. He says, the Son of Man has no place to rest his head. Another one says, Lord, let me do something first before I follow you. And he said, instead, follow me. Don't do that. Just follow me now. Follow me. You might not have another time. You have to believe. And it's so interesting the things he does. He continuously just does miracle after miracle. He's on a boat, right? There's a massive storm around him. And the people wake him up. They say, we're going to drown. And he tells them, you of little faith, why are you so afraid? Like, you've got me with you. Have you not seen all that I've done? And so he gets up, he rebukes the winds and the waves, and he was completely calm. And the men were amazed and asked, what kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him. The only way to understand this is he's a man of God. And, this is not something we want to hear all the time. It shows right here when Jesus arrives in the Gadarenes, 2 men are possessed by demons and he heals them. And he sends those demons, he listens to what they say. They say, at least send us out into the pigs. And so he sends them out into the pigs. And then they go and they die. The pigs all kill themselves. And the people, naturally, they see, okay, so those 2 guys were demon-possessed, and he just healed them. And all those pigs that we were going to eat just killed themselves. So whatever this guy's doing, like something's weird. We don't want him here. They run Jesus out of the town. They make him leave the region. They plead with him, in fact, to leave. They don't say, heal us too. They say, please leave. We don't want to change. We don't believe. And that's something that's really sad to admit, is sometimes we don't want to change. I was a drug addict for many years. I was addicted to pornography and masturbation. I was an alcoholic. And it really just took the faith of understanding that, hey, God didn't make me this way. This is not what God intended. I could be better. And when I started believing in Jesus, that's when my life started to change. I gave my life to Jesus, and suddenly, since then, I have not looked at pornography, masturbated. I have not done any drugs. I haven't drank a drop of alcohol. I haven't gone back. I haven't backstepped, but it's just for my faith in him. It just takes a little bit of faith to change your life. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Next Monday, we'll be reading chapter 9 of the book of Matthew, and I hope to see you there. Bye.